Hello everyone, what's poppin'? Back for some more Draft League content. So far in this Draft League we went 2 losses in a row and then we went 2 wins in a row. Our last win against Joey Poke MMD, a much needed win. And now all the trades that I've made have gone into effect. However, this week is against this dude Kirby, who is currently the only one left undefeated. And if you take a look at this matchup here, I'm sure you'll agree with me when I say that this is by far the toughest looking matchup I've ever had to play in perhaps a Draft League. Like, even the changes I made to my current team I don't think is enough, since he has the perfect anti-weather strategy with Hippowdon for sand and Slowking for chilly reception snow. No shot that I can win a weather war versus an absolutely insane looking team like that, so I decided to go the weatherless route, with Slithering as my new Tera captain. It just took into effect this week, so Walking Wake is a great Pokemon, an even greater Pokemon with Translation, but a great Pokemon nonetheless. Slithering, I feel, gets taken to a new level with Translation. So my choices are Tera Bug and Flying. Those are my Tera captain types that I chose to pick for this Pokemon. I like Tera Bug a lot for this matchup because, I mean, think about it. Terastallation removes the weakness to Flying ×4 Flying, right? A lot of mons get Acrobatics, so that's why first of all I thought, this would be a great Tera captain. Second of all, First Impression gets powered up so much by Tera Bug. It's enough to OHKO mons. Like if you run Bandit or like for me, I'm running Silver Powder. I was tempted to run like a choice set like Bandit or Scarf or something, but Silver Powder powers up First Impression and U-turn, so it's really strong. Doesn't lock myself into a move as well, which is nice because I've seen him run Protect before for First Impression, which is definitely something that he'll more than likely bring. And I mean, take a look at this EV spread. A lot of bulk here. We have 200. It hits 200 here and it hits 200 here. This speed hits 200 for King Gambit. This defense hits 200 for myself. It's my own satisfaction. But I mean, it's pretty bulky overall. Like with this HP and Spadef, we can sponge hits from a lot of different types of things. And by Terastallizing Bug, we remove the weakness to Moonblast. We remove the ×4 Flying weakness to potential Acrobatics, and it's nice. It can sponge a lot of stuff. I mean, we're still weak to Fire from Volcarona, but still, First Impression Tera Bug is gonna do a lot of damage. Even to max HP Volcarona, it does a lot of damage. So I'm excited for that. Hopefully, we'll be able to see this mon put in a lot of work. And on the off chance we do get Flame Body burnt, we have Facade. Now, when I was testing with Joey, he would bring Volcarona, and a lot of the times, majority of the times, I didn't get burnt by Flame Body. So I'm hoping that luck stays with me for this battle, which I'm hoping. I mean, we're almost max attack. Even U-turns are gonna do a lot, but if we don't get burnt, that'd be nice. If we do, we have Facade, so that we can actually do a lot of damage. And this mon can do a lot of work, especially looking at his team, right? He has no good form of hazard control besides Serena, and Serena got worse this gen. Serena lost Knockoff and it lost Triple Axle, I think, as well. So I don't see him really bringing that mon, especially versus a potential Sun team that I could bring, or like, because I have a lot of Fire type Pokemon, or I have a lot of Pokemon that can really beat Serena. Even though Serena has the ability to prevent priority, like Slithering is naturally faster, even though I didn't bring a faster set. And yeah, it's gonna be tough for Serena. So because of that, I decided to bring Hazard Stack this week. So with Spikes and Rocks, like, I mean, he does have the option to run Heavy D Boots on a lot of mons, but I still think that it's worth bringing just because it puts a lot of stuff in range of First Impression. Like OHKO range First Impression, immediate destruction. And yeah, so then I have this mon here. Roselli Berry is just for Gardevoir because it can do a lot of damage, but otherwise we can sponge at least one hit from basically everything. We don't get OHKO'd by literally anything. So Roselli Berry does help versus Gardevoir though. And I mean, he does have the potential to bring like low kick on certain mons like King Gambit, I guess, which would probably destroy this thing. But yeah, like Ruination, Earthquake, I think are the moves that I need for this thing. I mean, Ruination is just great because it puts stuff at 50% health, enough for First Impression to knock out a lot of things. Earthquake is just good for King Gambit and things like that. And yeah, I mean, this can sponge a Specs Hydro Pump from Modest Iron Bundle, which is crazy. This thing will eat up hits 4 days. So Hazards plus First Impression. Then we have Hatterene. Hatterene with Rocky Helmet I think is good for the chip, just to put more things in range of First Impression, and also just getting knocked out. And of course, I mean, it's just great to be able to bounce back Stealth Rocks from Hippowdon. Potential Toxic Spikes, I guess, is an option versus my team. So having this mon, I mean, like, obviously we can't stain on Muck if he does bring it, because if I'm not mistaken, Muck's speed tier is like 50 base or whatever, and no way I'm running like a lot of speed on this thing for that, especially since he might not even bring it. So I do like Nuzzle for paralysis though. I also like Giga Drain over any kind of fairy coverage because it hits more mons. I mean, we hit Slowking, Iron Bundle, etc. So I of course hit Powdon. Of course hit Powdon too. So gets a lot more recovery back as well. And I think he'll bring Fizdef hit Powdon for this matchup. I don't see Spidef. I guess Spidef could work for Magnezone, but I definitely see Fizdef as an option for Slitherwing, which is very, very good for him to bring if he does. Then we have Magnezone. Magnezone is going to be AV this week because I feel like it's going to be really good versus the Iron Bundle. This EV spread sponges Hydro Pump from Max Special Attack or whatever Choice Specs Iron Bundle and doesn't get 2-hit KO. So it avoids the 2-hit KO. This is going to be able to Volt Switch out and stuff like that, trap our King Gambit matchups and stuff, but I guess King Gambit could run speed, but I mean, this is still pretty fine overall. And yeah, it's just essentially to make sure that we can remove that if we need to, especially if they're not fully set up. We can live a hit, take it out. With like if they don't like Swords Dance up in low kick or whatever, but it's gonna do a lot of damage because I do expect low kick for like Ting Lu. I remember people do try to bring low kick for Ting Lu mainly. But yeah, Magnezone is just good for sponging. I'm so glad I got it because Revavroom as a steel type, I don't think was cutting it. Magnezone at least gives me Volt Turn now, which is so clean. I like that a lot. Overall, yeah. And then we have Walking Wake. This is a super heat Walking Wake set. Check this out. Dragon Dance, mixed Dragon Dance with Lumberry. So Lumberry, of course, is for potential Will-O-Wisp, Volcarona, or Flame Body. We have Waterfall, Dragon Claw. Waterfall, potential flinch, 20%. Very respectable. And then Dragon Claw for some damage. I could opt to run something stronger. I mean, it's still pretty weak at +1, but I expect myself to get at least 2 Dragon Dances with him not knowing what my set is. Maybe he'll switch to Slowking. I get one up, I get another one up. Who knows? But I also want to kind of gauge and see what his reaction to this thing is because I feel like it's either going to be Slowking or maybe like if he brings Serena, it's going to be like AV Serena or something. I don't know. His options. But yeah, Dragon Dance is going to be fun. This just allows us to outrun Iron Bundle at +1. So that's going to be nice. And +2, it outruns a lot more. Draco Meteor, Oko's Iron Bundle if he brings it in. So we could Dragon Dance and Draco, so that's always fun. And yeah, I do like this set a lot. With Dragon Claw, I mean, like I guess I could have run Dragon Rush or Outrage, but Dragon Rush misses, and Outrage locks me in. And if he brings Gardevoir, that's bad, because then I lose a mon. But yeah, really cool the EV spread here for this mon. And then finally, Bramblegast, another mon that I got this week with all the trades that I made. And so Bramblegast here, its main role is to spin block for Ting Lu, so I can prevent Rapid Spin from Serena, keep hazards up on the field. I liked it more than Ceruledge, I think, because he has the option for Water Tera on Volcarona, which can break through Ceruledge. So he has that option. And also, yeah, I think that it's just better for longevity because of Strength Sap. And this is a really cool tech that Joey told me about. Leaf Storm Eject Pack gives me more momentum. So when I have like a hazard up or something, like I have Volt Switch, I have U-Turn, and now I can go into Spin Block and then Leaf Storm on a switch, and then it's literally a momentum move for one turn. I think that was really cool. That was a really cool suggestion. So I'm bringing that. Rapid Spin, of course, you already know. Curse is, I think, nice because it's able to essentially stop a Pokemon from setting up. Like if Volcarona is in, and if I lose, if a Quiver Dance is being set up or something, and it's gonna be tough to take it out, I can Curse. Then they're on a timer. They're on limited turns. And Infiltrator goes through sub and stuff like that, so I can Rapid Spin through sub. I can Leaf Storm through it as well. It's nice. Leaf Storm, I think, is a great option because it can do more damage to hit Powdon and Iron Bundle and stuff. I think it Oko's Iron Bundle too, which is nice. And yeah, otherwise I think Bramblegast is not as great of a Pokemon, but for the utility it provides, I think it's great. But that is going to be the team overall. It's going to be a tough matchup. Like I'm expecting him to definitely bring 100%. He's going to bring Hippowdon and Iron Bundle, Volcarona, and Slowking, I think. The other two is kind of up in the air. I'm thinking maybe King Gambit and something else. Maybe Gardevoir, perhaps, is an option, or Serena. Who knows? But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the battle. And whenever it begins, I'll cue into it. So I'll see you guys there. All right, game time. Week 5, with all the changes we made to the team now fully incorporated. And we got to go with the classic Cassiopeia music once again. I mean, we won the last 2 weeks with it, so we got to continue the music win streak. And then if we lose, then we'll switch the music up for next time maybe. But hopefully it's not going to be a whole learning process to get used to the team all over again, because that's kind of what it was for the first 2 weeks. Then I kind of got used to it, but then I made the trade for week 5 during week 3, and then I was like, oh, then I got 2 wins after that. But I do feel good about Magnezone, Slitherwing. I do feel good about it, so hopefully we can see it put in the work. But like I said, super tough matchup. I just recorded the team builder, as I'm sure you saw at the beginning of the video, and you could see why this is a tough matchup, right? You could see why, and I'm hoping that we can actually somehow find a way to win, or at least if we do lose, make it a very close game. But we'll see what happens. I mean, this guy's undefeated in the league. That's got to say something, right? About either his team or his plays or whatever, but we'll see what we can do, for sure. And he did tell me to find, or I guess search for a battle, so I am awaiting him right now. It's going to be interesting. I'm really curious to see what he brings. Opposing trainer has been found. Let us see what this matchup is all about. Let us see. Ooh, okay, so definitely expected the Iron Bundle, Volcarona, and Slowking. He decided to bring the Muck. Okay, so Muck could have Toxic Spikes. I think that's the strategy or the route that he's trying to go, is use Toxic Spikes with Muck to wear my team down. I didn't bring my Grounded Poison, but I do have Rapid Spin for the team, so that might be good. He does have King Gambit and also Hippowdon, so I definitely expected those 2 mons to come as well. First 3 mons I can see could be heavy duty boots, so the last 3 mons are maybe not heavy duty boots. And with that in mind, I think a Spike is worth getting up over Stealth Rocks, because Stealth Rocks will not do as much damage to Hippowdon and King Gambit because they resist, but the Spike's damage will be better for the team overall, I think. So I think that'll be the priority. One thing I do notice is that he did not bring the Gardevoir, so Roselli Berry is not going to be that great. But yeah, I mean, we'll still survive pretty much everything for 1 turn at least. So yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Although I guess a better item would have been more optimal. But yeah, curious to see what he leads with. I think he'll probably lead with the Iron Bundle or maybe the Hippo, I guess. Potentially to try to get up rocks or something. Could be an option. First impression looks like it does pretty well, but I gotta watch out for random protects, as I have seen him bring before versus the other guy that had Slitherwing before me. But the battle will begin, and he decides to challenge me. This may or may not be his first mistake. Could be mine, but I'm hoping it's his. Fingers crossed. So he decides to leave with GE. Is that the Volcarona? Yeah, Volcarona. GE. That's my boy. Okay, Volcarona lead. So this is interesting. He could decide to Will-O-Wisp turn 1. Or if he just decides to Quiver Dance, that's actually going to be crazy. Now, my play is either one of 2 things. To click Earthquake or to click Spikes. I do think that I can handle a Volcarona at +1 or 2. Or if it decides to Wisp, I can kind of pivot around. But Earthquake immediate damage is kind of nice too. Because getting damage on this could be really crucial, depending on what his Tera is. If it's Tera Water, we can always revenge with the Slitherwing. But I think I'm leaning more towards getting up a Spike. So I'm going to do that as he decides to switch. Nice. This is the most optimal scenario right now, is to get up a Spike here, which will be really good for the chip. Overall chip is just nice. So we got the Spike up here. This is going to be really good, right? So Spike's up, and I don't know why he decided to bring King Gambit in. What if I Earthquaked? Which I'm going to do right now. I'm not sure why. Is it Shucka Berry? Why did he bring King Gambit in? Okay, so low kick, I mean, it does a lot, right? But this Earthquake's going to hurt too. Nice. 2 KO. Oh, weakness policy. That's why he brought it in. Because I was like trying to think about why he switched it in. And I was trying to process that. I'm like, okay, so it's weakness policy. If I had Earthquake that turn and King Gambit came in, low kick would have O-code me. And I would not have gotten up a Spike. So, and he would have been a +2. So that would have gotten him a lot of ground early on. Okay, that's interesting. So I think the only play that I have is probably just to sack Ting Lu. Because there's no other switch-in that I want to go into right now that is safe for us. But we've gotten up the Spike, and I'm happy about that. Ting Lu did its job. And that's great. So I think the only play here is good to go into Slither Wing. We have to think about what we want to do here. We could First Impression, perhaps, which will... I don't know if it'll knock it out. Let me check the calc real quick here. Slither Wing versus King Gambit. I guess we could assume... I don't know if it's going to be 252 HP, but it might be. Like... So a First Impression is not going to knock it out from this range unless I Tera. If I Tera, it does knock it out. But do I want to reveal Tera just yet? I don't think I do. Keeping this thing as a Dark Resist from Sucker Punch, if I don't go for First Impression, is going to be really good. As long as this King Gambit's still alive. So I feel like the play here would be to go for the Close Combat. I think we go for the Close Combat here. Protect. So he was predicting or expecting the First Impression. We have not shown that yet either. So that's another piece of information we can keep secret, is that we have First Impression. He doesn't know we do. And he doesn't know our Tera just yet. So let me think here. So if I decide to U-turn, which I'm really tempted to do because I feel like he has no reason to stay in. Unless if he wants to sack this mon because he already burnt up the policy. But I feel like the U-turn's the play here without Tera. If he stays in, we just have to pivot around this thing. We do have a Rocky Helmet, which will put it... It'll be in range of a Rocky Helmet. But if he like tries to Iron Head, we can go Magna Zone and then pivot into like something else. I think U-turn's the play. Should he decide to save King Gambit, which I feel like he might. But he did use up his weakness policy, so it's not going to be as strong when it comes back in. But we'll see. I think he will keep it around though. I think he will. He has switches to Slow King, Volcarona, and stuff like that. I feel like he'll definitely switch out here, probably. That's what I'm hoping at least. Let's see. This is a very interesting game so far. Okay, he does switch. Ooh, okay, into what though? Into what? I guess Hippowdon's an option too. Gee, that's Volcarona, so... That comes... It takes spikes! Yo, wait! I could have gotten them Stealth Rocks. No! I could have gotten them Stealth Rocks. But that's fine. Yo, it took spikes damage though. Okay, we didn't get burned from Flame Body, which is nice too. I will be very gracious about that, grateful about that. I think we just go into Walking Wake, scare this thing out, and get a Dragon Dance up. I think we make an aggressive Dragon Dance play here, predicting the switch out. But that does not have heavy duty boots. Wow. So I think Rocks would have been overall better, but I mean, that's all a hindsight thing. I expected boots for sure. But spikes damage is good too. I mean, this thing right now at 50% is in range of a First Impression after Tera from Slitherwing. It's in range of First Impression. Because of course it's going to come back in on spikes too, right? So that just puts it in range even more. But I expect Slow King here. I expect Slow King to come in. I think we're going to just Dragon Dance up and see what we can do. But what do I do? What do I do? Okay. That, I think, is the Slow King, right? Yep. Dragon Dance up. It's time. Hopefully, and ideally, he Spadef. If he Spadef, this Dragon Claw will be a 2-hit KO. I think. If it has defensive EVs, it won't be a 2-hit KO. Or maybe it's just not a 2-hit KO anyways. Who knows? This is a Dragon Claw. I mean, I could get up multiple Dragon Dances, I was thinking, but you know, I'm just gonna go for the attack here because I want to gauge the damage, see what kind of set this is. Plus, you know, if he has T-Wave, he could just do that, and I don't want to burn my Lum just yet without doing any damage back. So we got the Dragon Dance up though. So we get the Dragon Claw off. Not even a 2-hit KO. This thing is weak. This set is weak. But that didn't do much back. Spadef drop. That definitely put me in range now. No. No. Spadef drop is annoying. Now I have to switch, right? Now I actually have to switch. The Misfortune's coming back, but I think that's not too huge right now. Like, that's not too big of a deal. Although we did put him in a threatening situation, threatening scenario where, you know, now we kind of have to pivot around, dance around because of that Spadef drop, but it's okay. So if he tries to go for it again, we can bring in Hattery and try to nuzzle something. We should be good. Let's switch out here. We don't want to stay in for another one. Bring in the Hatterene. And what does he try to do here? He goes for the switch. Ooh, into what? Is that the King Gambit? It is the King Gambit. Okay, takes another round of Spike here though. So definitely have to switch out here. An Iron Head will not be good for Hatterene. I have Rocky Helmet, but I want this King Gambit to be in range of getting knocked out. At least. So yeah, I think I guess we could go into Walking Wake. I mean, I can't go Magnezone. I don't want Magnezone to get too weak for before facing the bundle, because we have the AV just for that. Slither Wing, I would rather switch it into a dark move, so I feel like we go Steel move right now and then pivot out again. We just gotta make some aggressive switches, aggressive double switches, whatever. Like, because I think that we need to keep Slither Wing healthy, so I think we probably just go into Walking Wake here. It's a tough play. I mean, he made a good switch. Let's switch out. All right. What do I do? What do I do? Kowtow. Ah, okay, so. Ooh, survival. Nice. Now we switch. Predicting maybe Sucker Punch or something to come out. So the information I have on his King Gambit set right now is that it's Weakness Policy, it has Kowtow, it has Low Kick, and Protect. Last move is either Iron Head or Sucker Punch. So we have to keep that in mind until we figure out what that last move is. And kind of go from there. Let's see, okay. Let's be Wingy. Let's bring it out. And he goes for the Kowtow. Okay, so this is better. This still does a decent amount, but this is better overall just because I didn't want to switch this thing in on an Iron Head, and so this is like the best possible scenario. Well, second best possible scenario. First best was if he would have Sucker Punch there. But he switches out. Okay, so we get U-turn, Momentum, Initiative. Goes into Hippowdon. Ah, okay. So it takes Spikes damage. I love how everything is taking Spikes damage. That's what I love to see, you know? It's gonna be doing nice chips. So that's definitely like Fizdef Hippo, which is good to know. It's definitely Fizdef. We can bring in, ooh, we get to show off the Eject Pack technology. Let's do this, let's do this. Okay, so watch this, right? Time to show off the Eject Pack. We bring this thing in. There's no shot this wants to stay in on Brambleghast unless it does want to. In which case, I would be more than happy to show him my Leaf Storm. Switches out. Okay, what's he gonna go into? Grimace, what's that? Muck. Take Spikes, okay. Leaf Storm come through. It's gonna do like negative damage, like no damage. It's gonna probably... Yeah, it didn't do much at all, but Special Attack fell. And Eject Pack. That's so fire. Extra momentum layer right there for us. And now we get to bring in... that's tough now because Muck, we don't have a guaranteed way, because I don't have Earthquake on this thing. We don't have a guaranteed way of knocking this out right now. So we need to get it weakened, right? We need to get it weakened somehow. Sand is up, so we can't really go into Wake. So I think I go Magnezone here. I feel like Magnezone... I can actually Volt Switch into Hatterene in case it is T-Spikes, because there's no shot of him Poison Jabbing on the Magnezone. So I feel like we definitely have to try to make some pivots and stuff like that just to kind of outplay and outmaneuver this Muck, because this Muck is a problem for the team overall, because first of all, I didn't really expect it to come, and it does have Black Sludge, so it's going to keep itself healthy. So let's get the Volt out here. Okay, nice Volt Switch. Thing is really bulky. This thing is extremely bulky on the special side. But yeah, let's bring in Hatterene. Hope he clicks T-Spikes. And let's see. Ooh, T-Spikes. Nice. Bounce it back. Bounce it right back. So he's going to have to switch out Muck at some point to absorb it and then take another round of Spikes with another Mon and Muck. That's beautiful. So Muck is naturally faster than Hatterene, we're going to want to switch out of this and back into Magma Zone, I think. So let's do that. Let's switch out here. See what he wants to go into. Because I feel like he could also stay in Poison Jab or switch out. Oh, he switches out here. Okay, so what does he go into? Oh, he went into the King Gambit. Goes into the King Gambit here. And then I can switch back out here into Magma Zone. Here's the problem though. If he's running any speed on this King Gambit, he will outrun my Magma Zone, I think. I'm going to switch hard out. I can't let Magma Zone get damaged by a low kick because that's going to be really bad when facing Iron Bundle. So I got a hard switch out. I assume he probably is just going to go for the attack, because I haven't seen Sucker Punch yet. He does have Sucker Punch. Ah, so he does have it indeed. This puts me in a very tricky situation because I can't really switch comfortably into this Mon. Yeah, I think I probably have to just stay in here then. Rocky Helmet should be enough to take this thing out anyways. So I just have to pray that he doesn't go for Iron Head. Okay, he goes for Katao Cleave. Okay, Katao. He doesn't even die to Rocky Helmet. What is that, Rocky Helmet or Rocky Pillow? What's going on? I thought that was certainly in range, but yeah, the HP bar can be a little deceptive. Sometimes it can be a little deceptive. I do wish it was like, you know, I had the numbers or the percents or whatever, like on Showdown, so I could see how much it does, or if it would be in range or not. But unfortunately, gotta go off of intuition on what the opponent's actual HP is, or percent is, I should say. But now we get to see what they bring in next. I believe that let's see. Okay, they bring in Muck. Yeah, they had to absorb the T-Spike, so that's why they brought it in. And the Spike damage is pretty good as well. So we're definitely gonna not let our Hatterene take a Poison Jab, that's for sure. He goes for the Protect. Goes for the Protect here, huh? Okay, so it's Toxic Spike to Protect. You can get some nice damage with the Flash Cannon. That didn't do much, but Spidef Drop is really good too. Drain Punch! He's got Drain Punch on this thing. Oh, that's annoying with Protect and Healing and Drain Punch. Oh, this mon's gonna be such a nuisance to destroy. What? Okay. This mon is bulky. Okay, we gotta Volt out, I think. I think we gotta Volt out here. Well, he knows we're not locked in, right? Or maybe he doesn't know. No, I definitely... Did I switch up moves yet? I forgot. I completely forgot. I'm just trying to focus on getting rid of this Muck. This Muck needs to go. This Muck needs to go. What is he thinking of? It took him that long to think about clicking Protect? Come on. Come on. That was literally the only move he had to go for. Volt Switch. Okay, so now he knows we're not locked in, because I Flash Cannoned into Volt Switch. So yeah, interesting. -1 Spidef, which means that it... I mean, this should... I don't know if this knocks it out. Does it? Does this knock it out? It's -1 now. But I feel like also Hippowdon can come in. I'm not sure why he isn't going Hippowdon to like try to bring rocks up. I mean, he saw the damage, so if he did the calc, he should know that. I don't think Hippowdon will get 2 KO'd. Oh, it's still alive! No, the Drain Punch. Okay, actually this is kind of getting a little dangerous because I am letting Magnezone get weak, and that's not going to be good for Iron Bundle, which has not come out yet. So, need to focus. But the good thing is that the range that I'm in right now is suitable for Ice-type attacks, maybe not the Hydro. So I definitely will need to preserve this Magnezone a little better from here on out. I think it's still usable, but yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think about how to outplay this Muck, or how to like get around it and stuff, but I have to just chip it as much as possible, basically. So let's Volt out here. This Muck is annoying. I think this Volt will take it out now. It's -1. Spadef. Should be enough to take it out from this range. What an obnoxious Pokemon. This one is crazy. It's a good bring though. It's a good bring. So yeah, let's I'm hoping that, okay, my idea is that he's gonna click Drain Punch here, thinking he might live, but I think we'll knock it out. It lived at like 1%. Yo, Muck, you're crazy. All right, Hatterene, come in. So hopefully the Drain Punch with the Rocky Helmet takes it out. Yo, he set up a T-Spike. Yo, let's go. That's crazy. On the 2 times that he clicked T-Spikes, we made 2 Hatterene switches. I like it. I like it. That's fire. Now he's forced to switch out and come back in and take spikes. Does this thing even live? I guess with a Protect, maybe. Because if Rocky Helmet did that little, he'll probably... If he protects here, he might live around a spike. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. But... if it doesn't, that T-Spike is there to stay. Ooh, that's crazy. That's fire. Okay. Yo, this is why I love Hatterene. Magic Bounce is such a fantastic ability. Such a really, really nice ability. Beautiful. Okay. Muck. Does that live a spike? I don't know. It looks close. It looks like it might. I don't know. I'm gonna Nuzzle just in case he goes into something that can get paralyzed. King Julian. Okay, that's the Slow King, straight out of Madagascar. Paralyzed. Okay. I definitely think we just Giga Drain here anyways, because nothing's gonna happen. He might just Chilly Reception out. So I think we just Giga Drain just to get a little bit of health back on this Hatterene. Could be useful for later on. Didn't do much, but that's fine. It's what you expect from a bulky Slowking like this, which is probably designed to take on Walking Wake. Prepare to tell a chillingly bad joke. I feel like that would be one of my signature moves on Joey's stream. Chilly Reception. Oh, okay. So, yeah, it came back in. Does it live? Oh, this Muck has been alive far too long. This Muck needs to go. I'm so tired of this Muck. I never want to see this Pokemon again. If I had the option to draft a Alolan Muck, I would definitely do that in a heartbeat. That Mon was so fire on my previous drafts that I had it in. Such a good Mon. But I don't want to stay and take a Poison Jab, even though I could stay and take a Poison Jab and live a Poison Jab. He also could be Gunk Shot, which will OHKO me, but yeah, I'm going to go into Magnezone here and hope he does not click the move that I don't want to see, which is either Drain Punch or Toxic Spikes. So let's bring it out. Magnificent. Poison Jab, cool. Please. Don't, just don't protect. Let this Muck suffering come to an end. Or, I guess, my suffering. Nice, don't protect. Okay, cool. He didn't protect. That's good. That's good. That would have been super annoying. But that Muck is finally dead. How long did it take for us to knock that Muck out? That Muck, I feel like, has been alive for so long. So many turns that it was on the field. Good bring, overall. Really good bring. But I think the best position now with the Volt Switch is to go into Slither Wing. just because bringing in Slither means that we get first impression, pretty much everything. It also, like, if we go into something else, you know, we don't let Volcarona set up Quiver Dance for free or anything like that, so, or even Morning Sun or Heal, but, I mean, there is Snow up right now, so I don't think Morning Sun would be that great with Chilly Reception on the field. But this is pretty good. So the question is, what will he decide to go into from here? Because there's a few options that he has. Regardless, I'm not sure what else has Protect, but the first impression is looking really good. And I think we can Tera Bug on certain stuff now. I feel like we could probably Tera Bug, get some more damage. The King Gambit's gone, so we don't need to have that dark resistance in our fighting type anymore. We could just start powering through now. No Sucker Punch or anything like that's really good. Let me win, G. Let me win. I need this win for playoffs. Please. I'll feel a lot more comfortable because other matchups are looking not as bad as this one. Volcarona's in, but it takes us a round of spikes, and this puts it in range of a Tera Bug first impression. Even if it's max HP, it puts it in range of a Tera Bug first impression. This, I think, is really good. Oh, he's Terraing too. Yo, this is going to be an absolutely beautiful moment right here where two moths are going to be Terraing right now. Oh, this is great. Look at this. Tera, oh, it's Tera Fire too, not even Tera Water. So he's Tera Fire Volcarona. Not going to help. Watch. Now it's time to show him our Tera. Terastallization of the moths. That's so clean. What a beautiful sight, right? What a beautiful sight in a Draft League game when both moths Tera. So cool. First impression. And this mon is gone. Beautiful. And no, I don't think there's a burn either. I don't see a burn unless it comes after the animation. But that mon's dead. Nice. This is great too because even when testing, I avoided so many flame body burns. So glad. I'm glad we don't have to jinx it now or anything because that mon is dead. Volcarona, more like Volcaro. Nah, not today. Nah. Yeah, this is fire. That was such a cool turn. Both of us tearing. I like that. That's my favorite moment of this battle. Least favorite being trying to play around that stupid muck. But now we have to really think about the end game because Iron Bundle is a huge threat. This end game can be dangerous. Who's this? Iron Bundle. It took spikes. It's not heavy duty boots either. Yo! It's not heavy duty boots. So I guess the only heavy duty boots mon was Slowking then. I think I just sack Walking Wake here. And then first impression. Oh, that's amazing. So I assume it's a choice lock set then, right? If it's choice locked, it probably does not have Protect. Because he did bring Protect before on Iron Bundle for facing Slithering. So I think, yeah, this is going to be interesting. Hydro Pump will take us out. Yeah, I think this might be Specs. This might be Specs. Snow stopped. We can go right back into Slitherwing. I believe is the play. Otherwise, what else can we do? Before I do that, let me check the calc real quick. Just to make sure I actually can Oko this mon. So Slitherwing, Silver Powder, almost max attack here versus the Iron Bundle. So the cool, okay, this is interesting. It says that it does like 90 like something to 100 something. So with one round of spike up, it's a guaranteed Oko after one round of spike. Let's do it. I think it's Slithering here. I think it's what we gotta do. I don't think he has defensive EVs. Yeah, this should knock it out. The spike is so clutch. The spike is so clutch because it's a guaranteed Oko after one round of spike. That's so clean. I love how the spikes kept like absolutely just came into play for this game with all of our momentum and pivoting around and just aggressive switching around and stuff like that. You hear that, Joey? Aggressive switching. That's what I've been doing this whole game. Aggressive switching. Okay, so first impression comes out here on the hippo, and then we can immediately follow up with a U-turn. With the spikes, I believe it does put it in range of a first impression and a U-turn. Oh, easily. Oh, easily puts it in range. Yo, okay, okay. That's fire. Okay, so yeah, we get the U-turn off here, and then I think it's just a matter of who to bring in after. So I think, yeah, we just U-turn out. We'll knock out this Pokemon here. Cool. This Pokemon is gone. Nice. Come back to me, my child. Come back. Okay. What do we do? How do we not choke the end game? Now, let's think about it. Iron Bundle, probably Choice Specs, probably locked in because it's not Boots, and we saw it take Spikes damage, which means that we need to keep a Water Resist, we need to keep an Ice Resist. My thought process is that if we go Hatterene, we can avoid letting Magnezone or something take damage, but I guess I could go Magnezone first, and then if he brings in Bundle, I can just sack Hatterene and go back into Slitherwing. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, right? If he locks himself into an ice move, if he locks himself into a other move, or maybe I just go. I'm trying to think about this. Like I could go Hatterene, but do I go Hatterene or it's either Hatterene or Magnezone here. It's either Hatterene or Magnezone. Because I have to keep Magnezone around for the ice move, but like I said, I could switch into Hatterene. So let's see. All right, yeah, like, because if he locks himself in an Ice Beam, Magnezone is easily gonna be able to like live, but obviously he brought it in now, so he's going for the Hydro Pump. So because he's going for the Hydro Pump, we sack Hatterene here. I think is gonna be the play because trying to really think about this. Like I'm looking at the calcs, I'm trying to think about everything that's going on here. Yeah, I think Hatterene. Let's go into Hatterene here. Let's just do it because Brambleghast can actually Oko Iron Bundle with Leaf Storm, and it will take one Hydro Pump. So yeah, we definitely sack here. Hydro Pump coming through and easily knocks us out. Critical hit doesn't matter. Yeah, that mon is very, very strong. But we are playing our sacks accordingly. The spike chip is so good. It is so good. Rocks would have been more ideal, but this is fine. I did not expect no heavy duty boots on a lot of these mons. Yeah, first impression time, and I guess Slowking has to be the sack here. Yup, Slowking is gonna be sacked. First impression. Ooh, last one is gonna be the Iron Bundle. Yo, I think we have won this game. I believe we have. Somehow, with all odds against us for this matchup. This match was crazy bad for me, and we somehow might have just pulled it off. This mon's back, and so the play now, I think he's gonna lock himself into the ice move. We will sack Brambleghast because Magnezone can take an ice move. So even if for some reason this Iron Bundle can live, Magnezone will probably win in the end as well. So we have a couple outs. Ice Beam, yep, just as I expected. Very nice. Very, very nice. And Slitherwing time. How many mons did we destroy with first impression actually? Was it like 5 or 4 maybe? We knocked out a whole bunch of mons with this thing. First impression time. Let's go. And that's GG. Let's go. Yes. GG, it's Emvee. Once again, GG to my opponent as well. Slithering is so fire. Slithering Magnezone combination. Ah, nice. Back to back to back wins. Putting the Lord in Emvee, as we have defeated the only undefeated person in the league just far. This is the Emvee I was hoping to see again, especially because I kind of screwed myself over by drafting a really tricky team to pilot this season, and I've just also been kind of out of the draft scene for a while, so I was rusty, but you already know I still got it. This was an awesome game though. I really loved when both of our moths Tera'd at the same time. That was such a cool part. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Hope you all enjoyed my performance in this one just as much as I did. Really love having Magnezone Slithering combination for the team. I mean, I think it's just a great improvement overall, but and I'm glad that we didn't really have to kind of have any learning curve or whatever to try to teach myself how to use the new version of the team, but I do like the changes a lot. And I didn't think I was going to win this one just based on the matchup alone, but thankfully it came down to having the right plays and the right sets. And I think we do play Nexus for week 6, which is going to be next week, so I'm excited for that game. I can't wait to see his commentary on his side. But yeah, I look forward to hearing from you all in the comments, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.